Alright, degenerates, welcome back to the ongoing saga of how I spent 2 weeks drinking, partying, and making questionable life choices in Pattaya when the wife left me unsupervised. If you haven't seen the first 3 parts yet, what the fuck are you doing here? Go watch them catch up on the chaos. But if you're all caught up, you already know the deal. No sleep, no regrets, and no chance in hell I remember all of this without video proof. Last time, we had Julie rocking tiny dresses, keeping things spicy, and Pa making a surprise return. But now it's time for the final stretch. New girls, new outfits, and a few very questionable decisions. Tonight, we're diving into Joy, the 3 a.m. gamble who may or may not have been a neat freak on drugs. Anna, the unexpected thick queen who just wouldn't leave. How I broke my own damn rules and gave someone a 4th night. Oh, and of course, Election Day, the 24-hour alcohol ban that almost ruined everything. But before we jump in, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, like the video, and if you really want to support this absolute train wreck, hit one of the links in the description. The only reason I can keep living this ridiculous life and sharing it with you degenerates is because you guys keep this shit show going. All right, let's get into it.
How we're moving.
One drunk man is more intelligent than 3 women with PhDs.
Thank you so much.
Day 13, enter Joy. All right, degenerates, let's talk about Joy, or as I like to call her, the 3 a.m. gamble. So it's late, 3 in the morning, I'm in Ibar, and I'm looking for something new. And by new, I mean not a repeat. See, at this point, a few of my regulars were hovering, trying to lock in another night with me. I get it, I'm a good investment, or I at least pay well enough. But tonight, nah, I wanted, let's say, fresh entertainment. And that's when I spotted Joy. Now here's the thing, Joy was tiny, like one strong gust of wind, and she's in another province. But at the same time, she was tall as hell. I'm talking maybe even a little taller than me, but somehow still built like a malnourished anime character. So we start drinking, and within a few minutes, it's clear. This girl's a damn lightweight. I mean, 3 sips in, and she's already extra giggly, leaning in close and clinging to me like a damn koala. I figured, fuck it, why not? Back at the room, unexpected housekeeping. So, we get back, and before we even start anything, she goes straight for the sink and starts doing the dishes. Now don't get me wrong, Thai girls clean. They be cleaning better than any girl in the West I've ever seen. But at whatever the fuck time we got back to my place, that wasn't the move. Right after stumbling home from a bar. That's a little different. So now I'm standing there thinking, either I just picked up the most responsible party girl in Thailand, or this bitch is on something else. But hey, she was fun, we did our thing, and honestly, she was a blast. The morning after, confirming my suspicions. By noon, I'm waking up, and Joy is still there, not in a rush to leave, not being weird, just chilling. She even cleaned up a little again before bouncing, which, again, at this point, wasn't even surprising anymore. But whatever, she was gone by 2 p.m., and I was left, wondering if I just spent the night with an actual neat freak, or a girl who just really needed to stay busy to keep her buzz going. Either way, fun night. Would I see her again? Probably not, but she earned her place in this ridiculous story. The final round. Alright, degenerates, buckle up, because this one's a trip. Let's talk about Anna. Or more accurately, let's talk about how I had zero fucking memory of this girl, like not even a, oh yeah, she kinda looks familiar. Nope, nothing. But apparently, past drunk me thought she was worth exchanging line with, and let's be real, that guy has made some questionable decisions before. So, right as Joy is walking out the door, my phone lights up, and now normally, when a random girl from Ibar messages me, I at least have some vague idea of what she looks like. But this time, I was completely blank. So, I hit her with the move we all use when we don't remember a damn thing. Send me some pics. And wouldn't you know it, she looked good, at least in the photos. Prepping for the meetup, a tactical approach. Now, I'm not a total dumbass. I wasn't about to fully commit without a backup plan. So, before meeting up with her at iBar at 11, I made sure to link up with Brian the Canadian for food. Why? Because if Anna showed up looking like those photos were taken 5 years and 2 kids ago, I'd at least have had a solid meal and a homie to drink with. So I pulled up to Kung's, ordered a foot-long hot dog and fries, and caught up with Brian. Side note, I don't know what it is, but something about eating a massive hot dog before a night out just feels morally wrong. By 10:30 p.m., we were heading to Walking Street, and I was about to find out if this mystery woman was a jackpot or a landmine. The reveal, more meat on the bone. So, 11 p.m. rolls around, and I'm at iBar, drink in hand, expectations at medium. And then Anna walks in, and let's just say, this was not the body type I was expecting. Now, don't get me wrong, she wasn't ugly or anything, but compared to my usual skinny, tight, barely there type, Anna had some meat. Thicker than my usual preference, built like she could probably fireman carry me out of a burning building, and she was wearing this way too small black dress. But here's the thing. She owned that shit, and she wasn't one of those girls who tries to hide extra pounds under baggy clothes, and nope, she squeezed into that dress like it owed her money. And I gotta give her credit. Confidence is hot. So in my mind, I was like, fuck it, let's roll with it. Dancing, drinking, and realizing I might have signed up for something bigger. Now, I'll be honest, Anna knew how to play her role. The second she got to the table, she locked in like we'd been together for weeks. First thing she does, asks how I take my drink, then makes it for me. Glass getting low, already refilled before I even noticed. Dancing, not just that lazy side-to-side sway, full-on body contact, locked in, all eyes on me. And I have to admit, that level of attention feels real nice. So we drank, danced, and partied hard, and by the time 5:30 hit, we were getting late-night snacks and heading back to the condo. Chinese New Year plans. By 2 p.m. the next day, we were finally waking up, moving slow, just being lazy. Now, I had one actual task for the day, meeting up with Brian at 3 p.m. to grab the vapes he was giving me before he flew back to Canada. While I was laying there, half contemplating life, half wondering if I should even move, I looked over at Anna and hit her with, "You want to stay one more day?" Because here's the thing, today was Chinese New Year. And in my drunken genius the night before, I had a brilliant fucking idea. Put her in one of those tiny, slutty Chinese dresses, you already know the ones, short as hell, tight as fuck, barely buttoned, and of course, she was all the way in. So, with that locked in, it was time to drag my ass out of bed and go meet Brian. Random drunk chick. Now here's where shit gets fun. I head over to Brian's hotel, and while I'm standing outside waiting for him to come down, I see this random white girl struggling with a small mountain of beers. She looks at me, looks at her beers, then hits me with, "Hey, you want one?" Turns out she was taking a taxi to Bangkok, but her driver wouldn't let her bring the beers in the car. So she was standing there, chugging as many as she could before she left. And in true Pattaya fashion, she figured, why waste them when I can just give them to some random drunk dude? And that, my friends, is how I got my first free beer of the day. Not even 3 p.m. yet, and shit was already going my way. Brian finally came down, handed me the vapes, and just like that, it was time for phase 2, shopping for the outfits, dressing for the occasion, grand market run. Now, the plan was simple. Find Anna a dress, find me a shirt, and we're good to go. And let me tell you, Pattaya is the easiest fucking place to shop for this shit. Everywhere you turn, there's stalls, vendors, and sketchy little pop-up shops selling exactly what we needed. Anna's dress, 300 baht. Matching panties, 120 baht. My shirt, 250 baht. Boom. Done. With our outfits locked in, we grabbed some snacks from a few street vendors, then headed back to the condo to chill, refuel, and get ready for a proper Chinese New Year send-off. Dinner and drinks with the old guard. The night kicked off early, meeting up with a few older buddies who were on their way out of Thailand soon. When I say older, I mean in bed by 9 p.m., no exceptions, kind of older. We met up at Bronx Pizza, the go-to spot for good slices, casual chats, and a solid food base before a night of drinking. It was John, Dan, Brian, and me. And of course, Anna was right there with me, following along like a good little girl. Now, if you've ever drank with dudes over 60, you know how this goes. It's less about partying and more about reminiscing, talking shit about each other's life choices, and enjoying a few relaxed drinks. After food, we decided to ease into the night with a trip to LK Metro. Now, LK Metro isn't Walking Street, but it's still solid. A little more low-key, but still packed with bars and a-go-go's that are more hit than miss. Now, let's be real. John and Dan were not built for Walking Street, so we kept it tame, hitting up a couple chill bars, having some lazy rounds, and just catching up. Since John and I don't see each other too often, it was mostly just trading stories, shooting the shit, and watching drunk idiots make terrible life choices. We even popped into Las Vegas Agago, a newer spot in LK Metro. It was still early before 9 p.m., so I won't judge it too hard. But it was a nice place. Clean, good layout, just not fully popping yet. And right on schedule, 9 p.m. sharp, John and his buddy were tapping out. They did the classic Irish goodbye, heading off to wherever old men go when they don't want to die in Pattaya. Which left me, Brian, and Anna to kick things up a notch. Walking Street, Chinese New Year, madness, and people watching. Since it was still early, we decided to chill for a bit, grab some drinks, and not people watch. We grabbed a table near Boss Club, one of the bars where you can sit back, drink, and enjoy the madness that is Walking Street. And because tonight was Chinese New Year, the energy was next level. They had the dragon show on the street, fireworks going off, and of course, every girl was in a tight, sexy Chinese dress. It was glorious, but as usual, by 11 p.m., it was time to get serious. So, we made our way to Ibar. The night I became a god. Now, Ibar is always solid, but tonight was special. We were drinking, dancing, vibing, everything was already great. And then Julie showed up. Yeah, Julie from a few nights ago. She sees me, slides right up to me, and just starts drinking and dancing with both me and Anna. At this point, I'm feeling pretty damn good, but then, shows up. And guess what? She joins in too. So now I've got 3 girls drinking and dancing with me, all competing for my attention. I felt like a god, like I had ascended past mere mortal status, while other dudes were paying for overpriced lady drinks just to have a conversation. I was out here living my best fucking life. But just when I thought the night couldn't get better, Anna hits me with the real surprise. The triple threat, a long-time bonus. Around 3 a.m., Anna leans in, smirks, and says, "My friend wants to come with us." Now, at this point, my brain is running on pure alcohol and testosterone. You mean, like, she nods. And just like that, I went from feeling like a god. We leave Walking Street at 5 a.m., 3 of us, back to my place. And let's just say, they made me feel like royalty. The morning after, the cleanup crew. By 2 p.m., I was finally waking up, feeling like my soul had left my body. I look over, Anna is already up and cleaning the place, not just casually picking up either, she's on a mission. Now, I've had plenty of Thai girls clean up before, but considering what the fuck must have gone down last night, I was beyond grateful. Meanwhile, her friend, gone as soon as she's got some fluids inside her. That didn't come from me. By 5 p.m., it was just me and Anna again, heading around the corner to grab some much-needed food. Because after the absolute destruction of last night, I needed fuel. And with that, the night officially ended. But trust me, this wasn't the last wild night with Anna, the executive decision. After the absolute destruction of the previous night, you'd think I'd take a break. But no, Anna was getting another night by executive decision. Why? Because I'm a generous man. And also because when we were shopping for Chinese New Year, I had bought her a second dress, which meant I already had a fully equipped party companion. Low effort, maximum enjoyment. A win-win scenario. Lazy afternoon, strategizing the final nights, still half dead but victorious, Anna and I grabbed some food from around the corner. Then, straight back to the room to recover, no rushing, no overexertion, just some solid, lazy relaxation. But here's the thing. Reality was creeping in. I had one more night after tonight before heading back to Udon Thani, which meant no new bottles, no reckless spending, no insane bender. The mission was simple: head to Ibar, finish the bottle I already had there, keep it chill. Which, let's be honest, chill in Pattaya is still wilder than a Vegas bachelor party. The sensible night, kinda. At 10:30 p.m., we finally peeled ourselves off the bed and headed back to Walking Street. The plan was simple: get to Ibar, dance, drink just enough, and not go full goblin mode. And, for the most part, we stuck to it. Now, while we were making our rounds, we ran into my homie Aaron. If you've been following the channel for a while, you might remember him from other videos. A PTV716 is his channel. We chopped it up, had a few drinks, and kept things within a reasonable level of degeneracy. No wild threesomes or other crazy surprises, no spontaneous life decisions fueled by bad whiskey, just a fun, relatively normal night. But still, 4 a.m., I'm walking back to the room with Anna, and at 2 p.m., we're waking up again, getting ready for the final stretch. The final morning, breaking the rules for convenience. So, here's the thing, it's been 3 days, and if you've been watching my videos, you already know. Don't keep them around too long. Don't let them build connections. Don't turn this into a relationship. Hell, I've spoken at length about this in the 3-day rule and pay-to-play GFs, but now I had a dilemma. The Great Election Day Alcohol Ban Dilemma. Tomorrow was Election Day, and in Thailand, that means no alcohol sold for 24 hours before polls open. No bars, no clubs, no iBar, no miss, no nothing. So, the question was, do I kick Anna out and try to call in a repeat? Do I risk Thai friendly and roll the dice on some last minute fun? But let's be real, if you've been following, that wasn't going to fucking happen. Or do I break my own damn rule and let her stay one more night? And after some deep soul-searching introspection, which lasted about 12 seconds, I said, fuck it, she's staying. Why? She's been fun, she's been chill, and most importantly, she was willing to help me load up the car in the morning. Decision made. I looked at her and said, you know I'm leaving for Udon in the morning, yeah? She nodded. Want to stay with me till I go? She smiled, gave me that little shy Thai girl look, and said, yes. The last day. Getting shit done. Now, this wasn't going to be an all-day love fest. There was work to do, and if she was sticking around, she was going to help. She cleaned up again, really well this time. She helped me clear out the fridge. She helped get the condo ready to be empty for the next month. Basically, she turned into the perfect little housekeeper, and before you say, damn, Josh, that's kind of fucked up, listen, she wanted to do it, and I sure as hell wasn't going to stop her. A quick detour to her place. At some point, we took a break and went over to her room, which conveniently was less than a 5-minute walk from my condo. We dropped off her dresses and the other things I bought her so she wouldn't have to worry about carrying everything in the morning. She also grabbed a change of clothes for the rest of the day. We didn't stay long, maybe an hour, and then right back to my place. Thai barbecue and a farewell smash. After chilling for a few more hours, at 9 p.m., we decided to head out for food, which, by the way, if you've never had it, get on that shit. She cooked for me in her cute little outfit, and the whole thing just felt like a nice send-off. Oh, and I almost forgot, she took a bunch of photos in the common area of my condo. I don't know what it is, but these girls love taking pictures down there. It's a nice spot, sure, but you'd think it was a goddamn photo studio with how often I see them posing there. Hitting the road, back at the room, we handled business one last time. Then we passed out. At 5:30 a.m., I was up. By 6:30 a.m., I had dropped her off at her place. And just like that, I was on the road, heading to Udon Thani. Back to my wife and back to normal life. At least until the next trip. The end of the madness, for now. Just like that, degenerates. The 16-day rampage finally came to an end. 16 days. Too many bottles. Too little sleep. More bad decisions than I can count. And what did we learn? Pay-to-play GFs can actually be fun for about 3 days. Breaking your own rules can sometimes be worth it. Election day alcohol bans are a personal attack. And most importantly, when you roll into Ibar with 3 girls fighting over you, you might just be a... Now, I know some of you degenerates are sitting there thinking, damn, Josh, I need to get to Pattaya. Time right fucking now. And you should. But if you do, watch my other videos first, because this level of fun takes strategy. It's a marathon, not a sprint. It's about playing the game, not getting played. And most of all, it's about knowing when to just fucking walk away, even when they're still begging to stay. Now, before I go, you already know the deal. Subscribe if you haven't already. You don't want to miss what's next, like the video, because I damn near destroyed my liver for this content. And if you really want to support this train wreck, hit one of the links in the description. YouTube and advertisers hate content like this. The only reason I can keep the sangsum flowing, the bottles popping, and the chaos alive is because you degenerates keep this shit funded. And a huge shout out to all my supporters and everyone who's thrown this in on Buy Me a Coffee or PayPal. You're the real MVPs. And with that, the saga is officially complete. Until next time, stay reckless, stay unapologetic, and stay tuned for more adventures in the land of smiles. Cheers, you degenerates.